Is this shit recording? Let's find out. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of I Do Stuff on YouTube. This is Smite Mondays. Smite Mondays. That's not a real thing. Smite Mondays is not a real thing. I was just kidding. I'm just doing Smite today. Probably going to do a Smite video maybe once a week. Maybe. Basically, I'm trying to get an idea of like how people enjoy Smite. This is at the beginning of the video, so I'm just real quick. Actually, hold on one second. Yeah, this is just at the beginning of the video, so I'm just trying to get an idea of how people feel about this stuff. This dance is just hilarious, but I'm not paying 200 gems for it. I would have if I'd gotten the 200 gems yesterday, but it was 40 gems short. I had to get off the computer. Anyway, so this is just an idea on how people feel about Smite, because I'm really thinking about streaming Smite on the weekends. Now, I'm not a pro by any stretch of the imagination. I get easily frustrated and I yell a lot, but I play the game and I play all the different modes. I'll play Conquest, I'll play Siege. I'm not great at Conquest. I'm all right at Siege. I'm not very good at Arena, because Arena is a very difficult beast. It depends so much on team fights that it just really depends on how your entire team initiates. So sometimes I'll play. I'll most likely, if I stream Smite at all, I will do it with two of my friends who play Smite quite a bit as well. But anyway, I'm just getting an idea of how you guys feel about Smite, and I'm going to show you some different characters and stuff. And I'm just going to play one-on-one. Now, right now, we're going to do a joust 1v1, and we're going to do it with Mercury, using his new skin, and I'm going to show off some of the VGS and different things. I really hate the VGS voice. I hate it. I liked the one that was done in the PTS server. It was really cool, but they got rid of it because it was similar to two other voices, I believe. And it was similar to Cybernetic Fenrir and somebody else. I cannot remember who the other one was. Someone else who's cybernetic, I think, or someone else who's a robot. Sentry Vulcan is the only one I'm thinking of, and he doesn't have that. I don't know. But it was too similar. They felt that it was too similar to, but I thought it was a lot better. I thought that the original voice pack was way better. But I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm also going to go ahead and jump ahead. So rather than getting distracted all the time, I'm just going to go ahead and level up real quick. And then I'm going to show you off. I'm going to show off some stuff about Mercury and the new skin. But before that, the reason why I haven't paused, look at this login card. Look at this login card. It's fucking sweet. It's awesome. I love it.
What kind of a program is this? Oh, a game program. Sweet! I got this!
Oh yeah, I love that. Okay, so what am I going to start? I'm just going to start immediately with that. I'm going to go ahead and grab a hog, because you really kind of need to. And then 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to dash out here and we're going to get started. But again, I'm not going to regale you with a whole bunch of nonsense. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. And when I get leveled up, I'm going to show you exactly what's up with Mercury and some of the new VGS, and his skill set's entirely the same. The only thing that's different really is his skin. Actually, that's the only thing that's different, period. And then maybe I'll talk a little bit about how I build him, what kind of items I buy, what kind of stuff I do, why Robot is so retarded. Why is Robot so retarded? It's a good question. Oh, man. Oh.
The heat bears down upon you.
That's great that the heat bears down upon me and everything, but it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to beat the tits out of you.
Party!
Oh, and then miss horribly.
Down upon you. The glow. All of the lights.
Come on, come on. No. Come here! I want you dead! Oh. See how close I was to killing him? If I had a little bit more mana. I should have had a mana potion. That was my fault. I absolutely... Oh, could I kill him? No. It's too far away. Can't kill him. Honestly, you should try to get Hog 2. I got Boots 2 and then Hog 1. You really should try to get Hog 2, just because then you'll have Hog up like all the damn time, and it's a really good idea to do. Also, defeating Raw is relatively easy. I was really thinking about just stopping and showing you like full power, but there's not really much point in that. It actually makes a lot more sense for me to show you how to beat the tits out of Raw, and basically how to build Mercury, especially if you're ahead. Now, one of the things that I'm not going to do that I would do if I was ahead is, I think I actually should get a mana pot. Yeah, just one mana pot. One of the things that I would do if I was ahead and doing really well, especially in Conquest, is I would buy Heartseeker. And I'm not sure if I'd buy Heartseeker first or second. I kind of like finishing the boots first because he really has the advantage. He doesn't just get penetration from it, he also gets power. Because movement speed gives him power. Like, just period. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that's rather important. Come here. Come here.
My speed too slow.
No, you ain't getting away, Raw. You too dumb. Too dumb, Raw. Leveling up your 1 is the most important thing that you can do. Leveling up your 2 is the next most important thing. You should only put 1 skill point into your 5. That's really important. That was the important thing I was talking about. You should only put 1 skill point into your 5, and then after that you should use it either to initiate or to run away. Really, you're focusing on his auto attacks. Like, Mercury's auto attacks, because of his passive, are the big effing deal. Because that little number right there, it increases by percentage, whatever number that is. So for every 1 foot traveled, you gain a 0.1% physical power boost on his next basic attack, maximum of 50%. 50% physical power boost on his next attack. That means if you crit, you do a bajillion damage. Like, I've run the math. It's a bajillion damage. Literally 1 bajillion. What are you doing? Quit pissing me off, Raw.
I need to reboot.
You don't actually need to reboot at all. Hang on. We'll go ahead and do this.
Ready, party!
Oh, really? I had, like, just barely not enough mana. Since Raw's gonna go ahead and go back. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that if you want to go back, you should always go back after you push your wave. Unless there's no choice. Like, unless you have absolutely no choice in the matter. Always go back after you finish your... Wow, is Heartseeker not on here automatically? That's crazy. Heartseeker's really good. Heartseeker is one of those things that I would get if I was doing well early on, like I was saying before. If not, I would probably immediately go into Jotuns, I want to say, just because being able to utilize your 2 and your 3 more often is really, really important. Especially your 2, because that extra attack speed is a big deal. Now, see, right now, I would normally save this. I wouldn't spend a skill point, and I would put a skill point into my ultimate and then whatever else I was trying to build up. But because you don't actually focus on your ultimate, like, at all, I'm not going to do that. Boom, boom, and then boom, and then boom. Now, Robot is rather dumb, which is why you don't have a hard time murdering him at all. But Mercury again. Oh, yeah. I just told you guys that you should. You should always push the wave and then go back. And the reason why you do that is just because it'll nick the tower a little bit. Early on, it's not going to do very much, but later on, it does a lot more. Now I'm going to go for Jotuns. Wow, they don't even have that up there. A lot of people like Golden Bow. They're like, oh, look, you get crit and you get movement speed and blah, blah. Golden Bow's doo-doo. I'm going to be straight with you. Golden Bow is garbage. The only thing that I would ever use Golden Bow for is, like, if I was soloing with Merc, I guess, maybe. But probably still not. Not really. If I was soloing with Mercury, I'd probably just level up my 3 instead. I don't know. I like getting Jotuns though.
Your middle tower is under attack.
It's just generally, and I have to worry about this. Generally speaking, Jotuns is good because you get the cooldown reduction, which is great. You get penetration. You get more mana. You just get a lot of things that are good. So there's not really much of a reason to ignore it. Yeah, the heat bears down upon you, except when I punch you in the throat, and then it's not bearing down on anybody. Yeah, and then we just punch you in the face. Again, Robot's really stupid, but it is very difficult to get away from Mercury. I actually think it may be a good idea to get Fatalis in some instances on a Mercury, but I really never do it. So building up the 3 on Merc is, like, I guess if you were in solo lane, it'd be pretty good to do. Because then you could just pretty much kill the entire minion wave by dashing through it, which would be great. Also, another big thing about the 3 is that if you look down at the passive, down here, well, I pushed the wrong button. But if you look at the passive down there, for every foot traveled, like right there, you see that little bar? See it move up? It fills up 1 whole bar. That's just something to take into consideration. Now, another thing, though, is that it applies on your next basic attack. That means on anyone. No! I don't want it. Well, that's fine. It's not really relevant, honestly. Let's go ahead and push this up. Did I miss one? Oh, I thought I thought I missed one. I was going to be really upset. So as you can see, this is the voice back. And there's a couple of other voice, like,
You're solid state.
that's how you rock.
Aw, not my fault.
That's too bad.
Good game.
Good game.
Oh man, I'm totally OP.
I'm totally OP. He is pretty OP though. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be straight about this. I think Bloodforge would probably be my 4th item. Now, if I wasn't doing very well, I would ignore Heartseeker altogether and probably not get it. Heartseeker is only really good if you're getting kills because then it adds power. But the stacks have upon death, so and I'm not sure if this is like an optimal build. This is how I build it, but again, there are different ways to build things. I really like CDR. I just think CDR is awesome, pretty much all the time. However, a big thing to do when it comes to Mercury is getting crit as soon as possible. Like, even a very small amount of crit. Like, I really, really, really like just getting Hidden Dagger. I would like to get Hidden Dagger, like, if I'm ahead. Here's what I'll do. Here's the other thing. I meant to say this earlier. I kept forgetting. If I'm ahead, then... And I've gotten either Heartseeker or Jotuns. Like, either way, if I started Jotuns because I didn't feel like I was ahead enough, or I wasn't doing well enough to get a Heartseeker to justify it, whatever the case may be, if I'm doing Jotuns second,
Your middle tower is under attack.
I really like to get at least Hidden Dagger so that I can have that 5% crit chance. I get that because with my passive, that's 33% increased power. If I happen to crit with that, it's random. It won't always happen. But if it does, you will hit for tremendous amounts of damage. Like, just ludicrous amounts of damage. And early on, it's just stupid. Like, it's stupidly powerful. Oh, I really need to go ahead and push this. Also, another thing to take note of with his passive, Mercury gains additional physical power equal to 25% of movement speed gained from items or abilities. That means that, like, sprint's really good on him because it doesn't just make him move fast. Sprint is pretty much a must-have on Mercury. See that 500 crit? That's great. Now, do I upgrade my 3 or my ult? I can't remember. I think I usually upgrade my 3. But, again, because of the way the movement speed works, it's just a really good idea to grab the yellow buff always. Also, it's a really good idea to always grab sprint if you possibly can. There's no reason not to. Now, why do I get Bloodforge? Bloodforge is a really good item on Mercury specifically because, Devourer's Gauntlet is the thing that I will get instead of Heartseeker if I feel like I'm dying too much. If I die 5 times, then I'll usually sell Heartseeker and go into Devourer's Gloves to make up for it. Because at that point, I'm probably not going to be retaining my stacks, so that it's just taking up space that I don't need. I'll immediately just get Devourer's Gloves because then the stacks will stay and I'll still get power. And I'll get additional lifesteal, which will help me sustain and hopefully keep me alive. That, combined with, fuck's sake. No. Raw. I'm pretend it's possible for you to survive.
End of line.
But when you activate his one, it'll give you all 5 stacks of power if you're using it on minions. So it'll give you all 5 stacks of power and lifesteal, which is pretty damn good,
Your team
considering
has
that
destroyed a middle enemy tower.
it gives you 20 base lifesteal, 40 basic power, and then plus 5 power and 2% lifesteal per stack, maximum of 5 stacks. That's an additional 10% lifesteal and 25 physical power, which bumps you up to, what is it, 65? 65 power and 30% lifesteal. It's pretty damn good. Well, that was clever of you to try to utilize your heal there, Raw, but my sustain was enough that as long as I'm punching you. So anyway, getting short sword is also really good, and then I'll just go ahead and get another hidden dagger. Why will I get those two? Because I get 10 physical power, 20 physical power, 10% crit, 5% crit. Just why not? I'll just go ahead and get them both. Just immediately have 15% crit, and it's not very expensive. Like, how much is this? I can't even remember. It's like a little over 1,000, and that's like 600. We'll sell them here in a second just to find out what is going on here. But see, if I'm soloing, that's what I'll do. Because why not? Because then I can upgrade my 3 and then just. So a lot of people like to go golden bow, but I don't really see the point in golden bow. Again, I don't think it's a very good item. I've yet to see a reason why it's a good item. It's not very cost effective. That's the main thing. It needs more for how much it costs. Like, for how much it costs, it just doesn't do enough. There's other items that are better. Nope, not gonna stand there and let you do that, Raw. You know, I understand you feel the need, but
Give me turbo boost.
good job. Raw can at least walk out of the way like a boss. I'll give him that. Now I can go ahead and get any of these, Rage or Deathbring. I'll get Deathbring. So it's 830 for a short sword. Let's go ahead and sell this. 670 for a hidden dagger. Oh shit, I had like no money. Anyway, what is that? So 1500 plus 1670, that's like what, 2170 for 15% lifesteal. So it means you don't get rages fast. Well, you know what? Maybe it's not worth getting. I guess it's not really worth getting. So that was silly. So don't do that, kids. Let's see, 50%. Right now I'm at 52. I think I'm literally bypassing that because of my speed buff. Oh, Mercury. Mercury is like absurdly strong, guys. Like, watch this. Just don't even care about a Phoenix. Nope.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy Phoenix.
Oh my god.
Immortal.
I just did 1020. Wasn't even trying. He just got desecrated. So, I mean, that's about it. The only other thing that I would get, I guess, I like Titan's Bane. I really like getting the penetration from Titan's Bane. Again, you can get the penetration from Jotun's Wrath. I like Jotun's Wrath because I like the reduced cooldown. I don't think you actually have to have it. I think there are other things to do. A lot of people like to get Deathbringer and Rage, and they just ignore Jotun's because it's not... Like, your biggest cooldown comes from your ultimate. Like, if you look at the cooldowns right now, your greatest cooldown comes from your ultimate, which I believe is 90 seconds just across the board. The rest of the cooldowns aren't enough that you really care too much about it. For me, though, I mean, getting the attack speed out as quickly as possible. But the thing is, when you engage with Mercury, and this is the reason a lot of people don't like the cooldowns. When you engage, I'm doing this because I killed Raw. And killing Raw is easy. But when you engage with Mercury, and here's no cooldowns again, 11.2 seconds. Do I have cooldowns somewhere? Like, for real. Do I have the blue buff on? No? Where am I getting cooldowns from? Did I have the blue buff? I don't know what was going on, but I had cooldown for
Your middle
some
tower is
reason.
under attack.
Titan's Bane.
Light me up.
Anyway, that's really good. But the reason why a lot of people won't get stuff like that, like they don't want to get Jotuns, is because when you initiate with Mercury, typically you're going to kill people very, very quickly, and if you don't, you want to get out. You're not somebody who just like sits there and fights and fights and fights and continues to fight.
Follow the light, give me turbo boost.
You just fight very quickly and then get out. You're way too squishy to just continuously fight. I thought I was immune to slows when I activated my 2. Am I wrong? Oh yeah, I am. He used to be immune to slows when he activated his 2. That used to be a big thing. And people were like, that's absurd, and so they got rid of it. I forget that so often. As you can see, the Heartseeker stacks are really, really good. They're giving me a lot of power. Now, Heartseeker maxed out. Oh, what? Ooh, excuse me. Heartseeker gives you 25% of its movement speed, which goes into power. So 25% of 8 is 2. 2 is 1/4. So you gain 2 power right there, and then you give 25 power. So that's 27 physical power when it's maxed out. And then, of course, you get 1 physical power per stack, maximum of 50 stacks. So that bumps you up to 77 physical power when it's maxed out. The 77 physical power is pretty good. It's actually really good. Also, the 8% movement speed in general is good for helping you get around the map. Now, the Devourer's Gauntlets will give you it's 30 and then 0.5. So you gain another 30. It'll give you 60. It gives you less. You don't get that movement speed. It gives you less power by 17 if you're Merc. 17 if you're Merc, 15 if you're anyone else. But it does give you lifesteal. So, Devourer's Gauntlets, honestly, they're a little bit more expensive,
My speed too slow.
but they're also permanent. So they're actually a really, really viable...
God.
Yeah, that was, okay. They're a really viable item to get, and I really like to get them on Mercury. I like to get them on just about anyone because they never run out of stacks. Like, there's just not much of a reason not to get them, really, over Heartseeker. The only thing is that if you're doing really well and you're not dying very often, then, you know, great. $50 power on top of 25 is 75 power, again. Whereas with the Devourer's Gauntlets, you get 30 physical power starting out, and then 0.5 physical power per stack. Maximum of 60. Again, that's 30. So that's 60 physical power versus 75. 15 power difference. I mean, with Heartseeker, you get 8% movement speed. That only gives you 2 extra power if you're Mercury. The movement speed does help, though. It does make you move faster, which is good. On top of... But you also get the lifesteal, which you can stack with the Bloodforge. Gives you a shit ton of lifesteal. I'm not even paying attention. I'm still kicking Raw's ass. Literally the only thing that Raw does that gets in the way of me is slow. So anyway, guys, this is pretty much how I build my Mercury. Oh, also with Sprint, and then a lot of the times I use Fist of the Gods. When I'm done with Hand of the Gods, when I don't need the level 2 anymore, Rage of the Gods, to help clear the jungle, then I go into Fist of the Gods late because you get a 1-second stun. It's not a big deal. Really isn't a big deal. Honestly. But it gives you that really, really quick stun so you can get another punch in for free or stop them from doing an attack, you know, things of that nature. Stop, Phoenix.
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy Phoenix.
Let's see if I can show you exactly what this is all about. Well, I thought I'd be able to punch these guys too. Yeah. R. See, it's quick enough that you can just murder someone. I didn't even activate my 2. If I'd activated the 2 while that was going on. Let's see if I can actually... Can I lifesteal off the Titan? No, I can't. But I may be able to win. Oh! So close. It's so close. Look at that! Look at that health. Look at that health. It doesn't even exist. Oh. Oh, and look, I had 5 stacks on Rage. That means I had a 90% crit chance and didn't crit. Oh, wait, can you not crit the Titan? Oh, I don't think you can actually crit the Titan now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, that's the reason why that happened. Anyway, so that's it. This is an episode of Smite. All I did was show off Mercury. All I did was have a little bit of fun. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing special. Nothing crazy. I just wanted to play, and I wanted to show you guys Mercury, his new skin, all the pretty colors, all the pretty lights. Show off how I build him a little bit. Hey, buddy. And that was it. And I did that, and now I'm going to beat the Titan to death. Hey, Titan. There. So that was fun. But again, let me know if you guys want to see some Smite, like actual, I don't know, Smite Mondays or something. Where I actually play games against other people. I can cut them short. They won't be full epic fails, epic wins, that kind of stuff. Just let me know what you think. This was actually just a placeholder video because I didn't have a lot of time to do other stuff. And I also did want to show off this new skin, which is pretty cool. And Mercury in general is a god that I really enjoy playing. Although it's not my favorite. I think my favorite god overall would probably be Sun Wukong because he's just so damn versatile. But Sun Wukong isn't as good as he used to be. Sun Wukong, difficulty easy. Yeah, alright. You say so. Having to time his different abilities perfectly is, you know, it's not really that easy at all. But then again, they're gonna call Thanatos hard when literally all you have to do is Thanatos is land your 1, activate your 2. It's really not difficult. Or they're gonna call Vulcan very hard when all you do is throw a meatball. Just knock people up, throw a meatball. Like you literally throw a bomb that causes knock up, and then you hit them with your 1, which shoots you backwards out of danger. That's it. It's not hard. It's really easy. His ult is the only thing that's very difficult to land, and that's just because you can. It's telegraphed from like 17 miles away. Everyone knows it's coming. But you know, whatever. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, well, sorry about that. But we'll try again next time. But till then, guys, this is Sage. Tomorrow, hopefully you can expect some Don't Starve. Then after that, we'll go back to some more Legend of Zelda. Then we'll go into some more Don't Starve, then Legend of Zelda, a little bit more Rias, and then we'll go back and forth like that. And then I'll throw in some Smite every once in a while if you guys like it. So we'll find out. Till next time, guys, this is Sage, and as always, peace!